Bante ni hao, tong xiu men hao, wo shi hao yong. I wo shi san sui chu zai ao da li ya. Hello everyone, today I'll be giving a sharing on the Jing Yue Dhamma Book 2, Passage 24, and this one is called This Being That Becomes. And this passage I think is a bit complicated. It's a bit of a riddle, but what I believe this passage means is that everything has a cause and effect. So if I were to say, go and train a lot, do lots of running, of course might end up injured. And it can be as simple as that, but not as simple as that. There's something called jinxing, and jinxing is a theory where you like know things in your brain that you are unconsciously aware of. An example is if I say, there's a kangaroo going to be coming up on the road, everyone's going to be like, you jinxed us, and there's a possibility, and then sometimes there's actually going to be a kangaroo on the road. Like this has happened to us before. And I think it's like this neuroscience thing, but everything has a cause and effect. An example is just like teamwork. If we do not work together as a team in hockey, then we are not going to win. And it's also about impermanence and how nothing lasts forever. So I would say we need to treasure it and keep it close to us and hold it with lots of value. Because if we do not hold it with lots of value, then we are not appreciating this rare moment. Because 100 years seems like a long time, but compared to the age of the world and the solar system, and compared to the age of our sun and how much longer it will last, we can see that we are a tiny speck. Even when we are alive, compared to the world, we are a tiny speck. Compared to the sun, we are a tiny speck. And the sun, compared to some other stars, is a tiny speck. So we always need to treasure things while we have them and try to leave the biggest impact on our world. Because we are little things, we are little people, but we need to leave big, positive changes. And we need to do this through following the right path, being driven, determined, and disciplined into following the right path. And this is something I'm definitely trying to improve on, especially since today's my birthday. So I'm going to be like, now I really need to try really hard. And it's not like I haven't, but what I have been doing in the past is trying, then giving up. So I can't do that. I need to be determined and disciplined. I need to constantly push through. And sometimes I find my friends lack a lot of this quality. One example is that they think it's wrong to try hard. If you try hard while running in cross country, let's say you'll try hard and that it's not good to try hard and that we should just be lazy. This is an extremely wrong attitude, and we shouldn't have this attitude towards anything, because if we have this attitude, then we are never going to be successful. So the attitude we do need to have is a driven mindset, and we have to have good core values. Some of my values are things like determination, discipline, patience, kindness, selflessness. But some of the other people that I've noticed don't seem to have these values. They have more selfishness inside of them, a lot of laziness. Some of them are so lazy they can barely do their work. They refuse to do their work. Then they don't get good grades. And it's very funny to see how lazy they are and see them complain. And so what we really need to do is strive to be the best version of ourselves, because life is short and we might not be able to hold on to it for too long. Even if we might live for 100 years or we might die tomorrow, we can never be sure. Bante, I hope you are safe, well and happy. Please remember to use Bante's medication and to use Bante's eye drops, and I hope Bante is feeling good and that Bante doesn't have too sore of a body. I hope all the Tongshio's families are safe, well and happy, and that everyone is going to have a good day today. Sisya Bante, Sisya Tongshio, Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu.